Former Senator elishaabbo, representing Adamawa North Senatorial District in Adamawa State at the Nigerian 10th National Assembly until his removal by the appeal court, reaffirmed his accusations that Senate President Akpabio was one of the people who ensured he was out of the Senate. The former APC senator, who made a statement in an interview on Arise Television, said, "Senator Akpabio came to my hotel room around 2 a.m. and pleaded that I work for him. Elisha said he told Akpabio he can't work for him and he was committed to Abdulaziz Yari at the time." Speaking further, he said,
Akpabio came to my hotel room around 2 a.m. and pleaded that I should work for him. And I told him that I will not work for you because I'm already committed to Senator Yari, and these are my reasons. However, I wish you good luck. And he came, he said he's a Christian like me, I shall work for him to balance the Muslim ticket. And I told him, the testimonies I heard from the people of the 8th Senate wasn't a good one about you. And I told the vice president when the vice president called me to work for you, so I will not work for you. And one day they said there was a meeting in room, in floor 4 of Transcorp Hilton, and they were dashing out $10,000. I told him I will not collect the money. Now, after the election, one of these days we were in his house, and we had a lengthy discussion. And he started taking me around the house, and he said, "Do you know that I have a chapel in my house?" I said, "Wow, you have a chapel here." I said, "Let me see." We went there and he showed me the chapel. And in the chapel, he told me that, "You know you are my brother." I said, "Yes." He said, 5 senators will leave the Senate. He said, 5. I said, "How did you know?" He said, "I'm the Senate president. I know five senators are leaving." And truth what Akpabio said, 5 of us left.
You had no idea you were one of them.
I was no idea that I was penciled for removal myself. So, before I was removed, I already obtained Angolan visa to represent the Senate at the IPU conference in Angola. He told me back from the airport. That is Akpabio. My salary for that month, I was moved on the 19th by federal government rule of engagement. After 15th, you'll be paid your full salary. My salary, I was moved on the 19th of October. My salary was not paid for that month on the orders of Akpabio. And let me tell you one worst thing that he did. There are 109 senators. Now, 5 of us were removed. 2 left. Umahi left to become Minister for Works. Gaidam left to become Minister for Police Affairs. Now, making 7 senators left the National Assembly. Out of the 7 senators who left, Akpabio sent their official cars to their houses. Every senator that was removed from the Senate got their own official vehicles, leaving only Senator Abbo alone. Senator Darlington got his own. The 2 senators from Plateau, the other Senator Ohere, that is the 4 of us removed by the court. They all got their own. And the 2 that left before me, that I screened them to become ministers, because they come for screening, and then I screened them as a senator. They also got their own car. They left before me, yet they got their own car, leaving me out of the 116 senators sworn into the 10th Assembly. Because I challenged Akpabio, I was the only senator that they refused to give him the car. That is the vindictiveness of somebody called Akpabio. And let's look at Senator Ndume. Ndume was the digital Akpabio. When Senator Ndume came out to say things are not run properly here, what happened to him? He was removed as the chief whip of the Senate, stripped of his position as the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation, and then be thrown away. What vindictiveness do you want? Do you know that in Senator Akpabio's house, senators serve him tea?
Well, I don't know.
I am telling you now.
But let me just say.
And I am telling you now. And I told him that you are no longer a governor. These senators are your colleagues. We are not your commissioners. So they cannot serve you tea. So
that kind of emphasizes the point where you say that he's running a personal empire.
He's running a personal empire.
But I mean,
In the same vein, former Senator Elisha weighed in on the feud between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, and the Senate President, Akpabio, over sexual harassment allegation and recall process. Elisha said, "Nobody can recall Natasha."
Now, briefly, in the 8th Senate, I have the video and I can send it to you. Senator Akpabio had a serious verbal exchange with the Senate President Bukola Saraki over change of Senate seat. He was not suspended. He was not investigated. The matter was handled with maturity. In the case of Natasha, it took a different dimension. Sat like the emperor that he claimed he is, and said the woman shall be suspended for 6 months, withdraw her security, stop payment of her salaries, not to be seen to close the National Assembly building, and even her aides should also lose their salaries. Far-reaching decisions. Even ordering the Inspector General of Police not to provide her with security. In another way, expose and so she will be killed. When you withdraw somebody's security, which is on right, that means you are exposing that person to be killed. And I know the IG, you see the police for all of us. Nobody owns the police. The IG realized that that is not a good thing to do. Because if they had tomorrow that Natasha is killed, something will happen that we don't pray it happen. Now, if Akpabio was not suspended for fighting with Saraki over change of his seat, why are you suspending Natasha for 6 months if only your motivation is because of change of seat? Secondly, Natasha went to court and she got a court injunction barring the Senate from investigating her until the substantive matter is heard. Senate went against the court judgment and suspended her still, even when there's an existing court judgment. That is contempt of the court. It was after they finished suspending Natasha that they went to court to vacate the court order barring them after contempt of court. And I'm sorry to use this word, cowardly, the judge, instead of arresting Akpabio for contempt of court, he vacated his own judgment that they broke. That's the pressure he was under. And instead for the judge to also go into the substantive matter, he recused himself from the case of Natasha. You see what is happening?
It certainly raises questions. Let me put it that way, as politely as I can. So what is your advice to Senator Natasha Uduaghan now?
Senator Natasha is doing what she's doing. And I heard that they want to recall her. Nobody can call Natasha. Take a note and write it down. Nobody can recall Natasha.